with that, now I'd like to request Mr. Ravi Venkatraman, who is a very charismatic personality, to share from his experience. But there's one condition in Bangla.
All yours. Yeah, hi, good evening. Thanks for Orange, right? So I had this, way back in '86, I started my career in Kolkata. For a very long time, I tried to connect a lot of my friends. My name is Ravi, and they kept on calling me Robi. It continued for some time, and when I moved out of Kolkata, I used to introduce myself to people, hi, I'm Robi. You mean you are Ravi? Yeah, I'm Ravi. So it continued with me for some time. Thanks, Jaideep. I think it's very interesting. When we talk about artificial intelligence and IoT or machine learning or deep learning, there's one proverb comes to my mind, which is very popular in Bengali. Gofetel, goche kata. Right? As simple as that. So let me give some practical aspect to that. I think human being, we are 7.6 billion people in this planet, right? An average human being generates about 2,750 words a day. When I read this data, I want to tell people, come to West Bengal, you will understand how much we speak. Okay, there's a different dimension to it. We had this experience of acquiring a technology company recently. Many people associate Carby to the financial industry name. Then we bought one of the subsidiary of HCL Infosystem, HCL Services Limited, which we acquired early this year. When we acquired this company, there were about 3 or 4 challenges which we went through in terms of understanding about people, processes, and technology. We acquired plus 3,000 plus people in the system, and our process of doing the service management to the end customer is always using people. We call them T&M, we call them help desk management on the floor or on site, and multiple other things we try to do. And today I can tell you there are about 3 distinctive challenges which is still prevailing in the enterprise market in this country. One, none of the CIOs or the CTOs in this part of the globe is willing to do away with the manpower. He would like to see the face again and again, time and again. He's willing to change a vendor, that means a service provider, but he's not willing to give away the manpower. And it took a lot of time for us to, in terms of going and encouraging the customers to understand, it's important to bring standardization in your services experience, which will never be possible to deliver the amount of data which you're talking about, which you generate between 2 machines talking to each other, right? Similarly, the kind of a work which we need to do in the service management, you will not be able to get the standardization of service experience across the country. A graduate from West Bengal is absolutely different than a graduate from Maharashtra. A graduate from Maharashtra is completely different than a graduate from Tamil Nadu, right? All of them B.Tech engineers, right? So you need to bring them, put them in one room and bring in standardization, humanly not possible. So the second question the 3,000 plus people asked me, now you bought my company, am I going to lose my job? It's not a very easy thing to answer to them. We said, no, you're not going to lose your job. Instead, you are going to get upskill. There is 1.3 million people, let's understand this very clearly, those who are engaged in service management, delivering this country, and this country needs upskilling them. What does it mean? There is not going to be job losses on account of artificial intelligence or IoT or machine learning or deep learning. There are going to be multiple roles which is going to get created. We as a country, I'm talking only from the domestic perspective, are we ready to face that? My answer to that is not. So what we have done is, we went and invested in automation. My team is sitting here, my R&D is also here. We went and invested in terms of creating an automation platform. I don't want to call it as artificial intelligence, I would call it automation, and supported with tools, which is nothing but IoT. We did a sample size of about 12 enterprise customers. We went around, implemented the automation and IoT, and I can proudly tell you, in the past 8 months of dealing with those customer experiences, the amount of bots which you spoke about, right? The amount of customer traffic which is walking in 101 branches, which you have, you said that? Huge, 101 branches. There's a gentleman sitting here called Ramesh Kandapan can give a solution to you. I'll ask him to talk to you post this, right? It's very easy. It's kids game. We are there. So delivering this using the existing set of people by upskilling is the only solution. Let's understand that very clearly, right? It's not, something is not going to happen as a magic wand overnight in this country. If you want a service management experience to be unique, if you want service management experience to be standardized all across, adopting automation and tools is inevitable In order to go there, as you rightly said, you still need human interference to auditing, right? You need to understand the accounting standards of INDAS, what you talk about, you need to understand that. But unfortunately or fortunately, the skill gap, which is going to emerge in the next 3 years' time by 2020, in terms of handling the change which is happening in the automation and tools, which is going to create a connected world, and amount of traffic which is going to get created in the service management experience is huge. Companies like us, we are investing in it today, Jaideep. I can tell you that our experience of dealing with customers is very good. I can take one example of Amar Bengal. I was with one of the enterprise customers last week. We went and made a fantastic presentation. We said automation, we said tools, and bring your service management experience standardized across the locations, everything. We want to pen down the contract. In the end, he simply said only one thing. Hey, Ravi, I've been working with these 15 people. I mean, he called me Robbie. I'm correcting myself as Ravi. We are working with 15 people, and they are with us for the past 7 years. Don't take away their jobs. Trust me. So adoption is important. Someone was telling in the morning, the managing director of ABP was presenting, your next trillion is not going to come out of your people. Your next trillion is going to come out of how fast you adopt to the technology, how fast you can embrace tools and automation. And that's the only way where you can multiply your return on investment. That's the only way where you can be ahead of the game, be in banking industry or manufacturing or services industry. My estimate, which I've been writing in my blog quite heavily, is that the roles will multiply, but the jobs might decrease over a period of time, because you got to be ready to face the role. Having said that, the $1 trillion is going to emerge out of artificial intelligence and IoT. Once again, Khalida, thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this panel. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you, Jaideep.
Thank you. You've brought out some very interesting dimensions, the people dimension, the end of empire building, right? And you've built a very strong case for not just intelligent devices, but intelligent human beings, which is very refreshing. Thank you. So.